So you've plotted your BaZi chart, you've spotted your wealth element sitting there nicely, and somewhere at the back of your mind you're thinking, alright, this is it. At some point, this thing is going to pay off. And then months pass, sometimes years pass, and nothing really changes. Now you're sitting there wondering if you read it wrong, if the system is flawed, or if you're just plain unlucky. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The mistake isn't your chart. The mistake is how you're reading it. Most people treat their BaZi chart like it's a fixed promise from the universe. They see a wealth element and assume money will just show up at the right time, in the right amount, probably with little effort. But your birth chart doesn't work that way. Think of your chart as the car you were given at birth. It shows what you are wired to handle. It's your vehicle's specifications, its horsepower, its handling, its strength, and its blind spots.
So when you see wealth in your chart, it doesn't mean cash is guaranteed. It means you have a specific relationship with the asterisk energy, asterisk of wealth. How that plays out depends on the rest of your car. Is it a Ferrari built for smooth tracks or a rugged 4x4 built for tough terrain? If your car structure is weak or misaligned, like having Ferrari engines in a rusty old car, then having that wealth element just means you'll find yourself in situations involving money, not that you'll succeed in them. That is where most people get it wrong. Now let's talk about the part people ignore. Timing. Your chart is static, but your life is not. You move through 10-year luck cycles and annual cycles. This is like the weather and the road conditions on your journey. Your Ferrari is useless in a blizzard, and your 4x4 will get stuck in city traffic. These cycles introduce new conditions into your environment that interact with your chart in very specific ways. So instead of asking, do I have wealth in my chart? The better question is, when will the weather and road conditions support my car so I can get to the treasure? Because timing doesn't just give you money. Timing creates the right conditions. Sometimes those conditions bring opportunities. Sometimes they put pressure on you to improve your driving skills. And sometimes they reveal whether you are actually ready to handle the high-speed race you said you wanted to win. That is why two people with identical cars can end up in completely different places. It's the interaction between the car and the road, and how you choose to drive that determines where you end up. This brings us to the biggest misunderstanding of all: clashes. People get excited about clashes, thinking they are a stick of dynamite that will blast open a vault of gold. But that's not what a clash is. A clash is not a wealth trigger. A clash is asterisk movement. Asterisk is a sudden, abrupt change. Think of it as a sudden detour. That detour, asterisk, could asterisk lead to a beautiful scenic route you never knew existed. Or it could lead you straight into a dead-end swamp. So when people say, wait for a clash to unlock your wealth, what they are really doing is waiting for an earthquake and hoping a treasure chest pops out of the ground. That is not a strategy. That is just gambling with a fancy vocabulary. From a proper BaZi perspective, what matters is not asterisk, if asterisk a clash happens, but whether the incoming timing supports your car in a way that allows you to navigate that sudden detour successfully. Because even if the perfect shortcut appears, if your car isn't ready for the bumpy road, you'll either miss the turn, break down, or crash. And then you'll blame the car. So if it's not just the chart and not just timing, what actually creates wealth? It's the interaction of three things. First, your car, your structure, which determines what kind of roads you can handle. Second, your timing, the weather and road conditions, which determine when opportunities are likely to appear. And third, your action, you, the driver, who has to actually turn the key, step on the gas, and steer. If any one of these is missing, the journey suffers. Great weather, but a broken down car leads to missed chances. A perfect car, but a hurricane outside leads to frustration. And a great car with perfect weather, but a driver who refuses to get in and drive leads to absolutely nothing. The shift you need to make is simple, but not always comfortable. Stop looking at your chart like it owes you something. Start looking at it as the vehicle you need to understand, maintain, and work with. Instead of asking, when will I get rich? Start asking, when am I in a position to handle a great opportunity, and what upgrades do I need to make to my car before that time arrives? Because when the perfect weather hits and the road clears, the opportunity does not wait for you to feel ready. It moves. And if you are not prepared, it moves right past you. If this changes how you look at your chart, good. That means you are moving away from being a passive passenger and becoming an active driver. In the next breakdown, we'll look at how to properly identify your actual wealth structure, not just by spotting the element, but by understanding how it interacts with your car and current road conditions. Follow along and drop your day master in the comments if you want to start mapping this out properly, because guessing is expensive and clarity pays much